I have much more round and double chinny neck. Hi everyone! So many people in my life told me that I looked like Kendall Jenner. And by many people, I mean one person. But I really wanted to transform myself into someone else. So that's what we're going to do today. If you want to see if I achieve to look like Kendall Jenner, you can just keep on watching. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 5 days a week. So subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. But that's it, let's get started. So first, I'm going to do my complexion. Just to see what we have to work with. I think I'm going to start trying to replicate her face features. And if you watch my videos, you know that I always use the Pure Light foundation from Yves Rocher. Maybe I really like this foundation, or maybe it's the only one I have. Next, I'm going to do some concealing. I'm going to be using the Creaseless Concealer from Tarte. And this, I'm really going to try and apply this on areas where she's mostly highlighted. So I noticed she's pretty highlighted here. I'm going to put some on my chin too, on the cupid's bow, under my eyes. And she also has a very elongated eye. So I'm going to take my concealer and apply it to my outer corners because she really has a elongated eye. And I also noticed that on every single picture, she has kind of a dent here. So her forehead is a little bit more sunken in here. So I'm going to highlight my forehead just from here. And also on the bridge of the nose and the tip of the nose. I'm also going to put a little bit on the sides of my cheeks because I feel she has a little bit more of structure. And she also has more pronounced cheeks. So I'm really going to round this concealer up. I'm not really going to do a straight line. I'm just going to round it up a little bit to give the effect that I have more rounded cheeks. And I'm really making sure to bring that concealer to my hairline. And I'm just going to add a little bit more to areas where I feel I need a little bit more highlight. And now that we're highlighted, I'm going to take the Kat Von D loose powder just because I know it's not going to oxidize, it's not going to make my under eye darker. It's really going to light it up. So I'm going to take a small brush and I'm going to set the areas where I applied the concealer. Alright, so now that I've applied that powder on the high points of the face, I'm just going to take my bigger fluffy brush just to set just a little bit the areas that I didn't really apply concealer, just because I want the powder bronzer and contouring to blend well. Alright, so now for the fun part, I'm going to take any kind of cool bronzer you have. I'm going to be grabbing the one from Yves Rocher. It's in the shade hâle moyen, and it's a really cool toned bronzer. And this I'm going to take with a little bit more of a defined blending brush. And I'm going to start just to apply some bronzer on my cheeks to define my cheekbones. And I'm also going to take some on my temples because she has a very, very small forehead. And I'm also going to put some bronzer right on the cheekbones. She has very elongated eyes, so I'm going to take some of that bronzer and just tap it right here on the side of my forehead and connect it to my eyebrow. And I'm really going to keep this center of the forehead empty with no bronzer because in every picture, her forehead, it's kind of a triangle shape. So I'm going to try and replicate that by really leaving this center empty. And I'm also going to put a little bit of bronzer right here in between my brows because I feel like this is a little bit more sunken in. Now I feel like the nose will be the most important part of this look. And I'm also going to cut my jawline. I have much more round and double chinny neck. And going back in with some powder just to define this area, make it go a little bit more forward. And same for the chin, she has a very pronounced chin. So I'm going to apply a little bit more powder just to make it go forward. And with a smaller fluffy brush, I'm just going to take some of that bronzer and I'm going to put a little bit under my lip because she has way bigger lips than I do. And before I do my nose, I'm just going to prime my eyelids. And for that, I'm not going to use the creaseless concealer from Tarte because I feel like this one is a little bit creasy. So I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear to prime my eyelids. And the reason why I'm using a concealer is because I really want to cancel out any kind of color or discoloration I have on my lids because I have very red and veiny lids. If you saw yesterday's video, you saw that I applied lipstick on my eyes, so maybe my eyes are a little bit pink from yesterday because of the lipstick stain. So don't really mind that too much. I'm just going to set that concealer down. Eyelids are looking so dry. I've been doing makeup for the past like 2 to 3 weeks, so my eyes are super dry and irritated. But we must go on. The show must go on. I'm going to grab that bronzer and I'm just going to define my eyes. Her eyebrows are a little bit lower than mine and I have hooded eyes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of color in the crease and I'm going to connect it to this area of the face, to my temple, because she has a very elongated eye. And I'm also going to pack this color to make my eye look a little bit more sunken in. Now, I have a very large nose, so I'm going to try my best and replicate her tiny nose. Her nose is very straight down, and I feel like her nostrils are pretty similar. My nose is not too narrow, it's more like long and like rounded at the tip. So I'm going to just try and make my nose look a little bit more like straight. And I feel like here her nose is a little bit more wide than I am. Her nose bridge is a little bit more wide. So I'm going to put the contour not on top of the nose bridge this time, but really on the side. So I'm just going to build up the colors to make them look as intense as I want. So next I'm going to take another smaller blending brush. This one is a little bit more compact, and I'm going to take the same Kat Von D powder, and this time I'm really going to highlight my nose. So I'm going to put this in the center of my nose and also on the tip, and I'm also going to take some of that on the side of my nose. I'm going to start working on my eyes. Now her eye shape is very wide and very cat-like. So I'm going to try and replicate that. I'm going to start by taking my Shade and Light eye palette from Kat Von D. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush with this very neutral shade. And I'm going to put this in the crease of my eyes. And I'm really going to take this up to really give the illusion of a longer eye. And I'm also going to take some of that color and put it under my brow. So now that we have that color on, I'm going to take a lighter shade to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to take some of that light shade and put it on my lid. I feel like she always wears very natural makeup. And with a smaller, more precise brush, I'm just going to grab a little bit more of a dark shade and I'm going to pack this on my outer corners. And I'm also going to put some of that light brown shade under my eyes. And next for the brows, I feel like this is really going to be important. I'm going to try and draw my eyebrows a little bit more low than usual. And her brows are also very straight. And I'm just going to tweak this a little bit more. This is taking a lot of time. And next I'm going to apply some lipstick. Now for lipstick, I'm going to start by applying a lip liner. I feel like this is also going to make it or break it, because right now I'm a little bit doubting myself. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just going to grab a beige nude shade and I'm going to replicate her lip shape. Now I feel like her Cupid's bow is a little bit more defined than mine and her lips are a little bit larger, so I'm going to try and replicate that. And next, I'm just going to take a light pinkish shade. I'm going to grab the Cosas lipstick in the shade Rose Water. And I'm going to put this in the center of my lips. And I'm also going to plop on some gloss. I'm going to use the NYX Lingerie Gloss. It's just their clear one. Oh, I'm starting to doubt myself. I really don't look like her right now. So I'm going to take the It's Likely palette and I'm just going to take this peachy coral shade and this I'm going to put on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to take a little bit of highlight. I'm going to grab my Hourglass Ghost Edit palette, and for highlight I'm really going to do something very soft. So I'm going to grab all of these upper shades right here and just put this on my under eye, on the top of my cheeks, because she doesn't really look like she's wearing any highlight. I'm just going to do something that might ruin this look or it might save it. So I'm going to take a very dark brown shade with this fluffy brush and I'm just going to put some... Is it saving it? All right, so here we have it. I'm not sure how I look right now, if I'm close to what she looks like. I feel like the key point of her look is the brows and the nose. So she has very like wide eyes. Her brows are quite close to her eyes and her nose is very small. So I just tried to recreate that. I also wanted to make my jawline a little bit more pronounced and my cheekbones. I'm pretty much exhausted. I've been doing this look for maybe like 3 hours to 2 hours, but I think I did all right. If you think that I achieved this Kendall Jenner transformation, you can leave a comment down below and you can also leave a like. I think I did pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Like the eyes are a little bit off, the brows a little bit off too, the lips, well, pretty much everything. I spent too much time on this to just wipe it off after. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a like. I post new videos 5 days a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it, so I'll see you in the next one.